Hi, this is Scott with Competitive Cameras with a first look at Fujifilm's brand new X-T50 and the new XF16-50 lens. So the X-T50 builds on the traditions of the X-T30 with a couple key updates. The first being that on the X-T50 from a design standpoint, as you can see, it's mostly the same size as the X-T30, same shape. One thing we've added now is there is a brand new Fujifilm film simulation dial on the left-hand side, as you can see right here, that gives you access to all 20 of Fujifilm's current film simulations, including Reala Ace. Now, this provides a very easy way, as opposed to going through the menu now, to access film simulations, which is one of the things that the XT series is known for. You've got access to shutter speed, exposure compensation, aperture on the front lens, and now film simulations are available as far as a dial on top of the camera. Now let's talk about some of the things that also have changed on the brand new camera. The X-T50 uses the new 5th generation X-Trans CMOS backside illuminated sensor with 40 megapixels resolution. You're now able to capture everything in great detail. This is paired with the new 5th generation X processor, so it gives you, in addition to all those new film simulations, including Reala Ace, it also gives you the capability to shoot fast action, as well as slow shutter speeds, high shutter speeds, and 4K and 6K video. Now, in looking at this, one of the things you're also going to find, the new X-T50 has the newest autofocus technology from Fujifilm that's built on deep AI learning. This gives you things like subject detect, where you can detect not only people, animals, motorsports vehicles, and others to get the best autofocus capability when you're out shooting. Now, let's talk about one other feature. They've upgraded. It's got 7 stops of in-body stabilization. So now not only can you handhold at slow shutter speeds and stills, but you also have the ability when shooting video to not need a gimbal in every situation. Now the camera itself is approximately the same size and weight as its predecessor. It's still using the W126S battery. It has a single SD card slot, as well as the fold-out screen on the back that tilts backwards. Button configuration is mostly the same. You have your independent joystick to move your focus points around and whatnot. Now, in looking at the camera, let's talk about a couple of other features. So we talked about the 40 megapixel sensor. We've talked about the newer, faster X processor. Now, that 40 megapixel sensor allows us to do a couple of things. This camera has a built-in 1.4 and 2x digital teleconverter, so that no matter what lens you're using, you have the ability to zoom further in and have maximum flexibility. Now, combined with the IBIS capability of up to 7 stops on this is where we're going to be able to leverage new things with the lens for basically slow shutter speed shooting, like we talked about for still photography or in video. Now, specifically in video with the new sensor and the new processor, we've got 6.2K video up to 30 frames per second, 4K video up to 60 frames per second, and full HD video out to super slow-mo at 240 frames per second. Now you can do all that recording in both F-Log and F-Log 2, along with a large other recording options built into camera to the SD card slot. Now for those that might be looking towards the future, Fujifilm has also incorporated their Frame.io integration with camera to cloud. This gives the X-T50 camera the ability to actually, at the moment of creation, transmit via Wi-Fi connection to Frame.io so that you can share stills, videos of friends while you're creating. Now, when you look at this camera, as you can see, you'll notice that the color is a little bit different than what you're used to. So Fujifilm will be offering this X-T50 in both a black, the silver you're used to, but this is the brand new charcoal silver, which is a darker silver that we saw reminiscent in previous X-T2 models. Now, you'll also see, let's talk about how this, the lens, the new 16-50 makes a difference. Now the 18-55 lens came out originally when the X Pro series 10 years ago when Fujifilm launched these cameras. The lens has served us well up to this point, but it was time for an update. The 16-50 gives us those updates that we've been waiting for. First, you're going to notice we've gone from 18-55 to 16-50, so wider and slightly shorter. That gives us roughly a 24 to 76 millimeter focal range in full frame terms, which is ideal for giving us a little more width and a little more flexibility. One of the things you'll notice about the lens is it's approximately the same size, but what's different is now the zoom motor and the zooming of the lens is all internal. So the lens doesn't extend when you zoom it. This gives you better balance on the camera when shooting handheld, and also better balance if you're using a gimbal. Now the lens is still an F2.8 to F4.8, so still very fast. You've got the ability, as you can see, keeping the same size and dimensions. And one of the other things they've improved on is corner sharpness, less distortion, all things that we need to go with that new 40 megapixel sensor. Now, I guess the most important question if you're looking for the smaller cameras is, when is it going to be available? Well, we just finished the X Summit in Sydney where they announced the XT50. So we'll have the camera body only coming in late May and early June for $13.99 for the body only. And there'll be 2 lens kits. The lens kit we're going to focus on is the one with the new 16 to 50 lens. That 16 to 50 lens kit with the camera will go for $17.99 for the body and the lens. Also coming late May, early June. If you'd like to learn more about the Fujifilm cameras, or specifically the XT50, come by Competitive Cameras or see our website, and we'll be happy to help. Again, this is Scott with a first look at Fujifilm's brand new XT50